Hello, today we're going to make some yummy whole wheat pancakes. These pancakes are healthier than regular all-purpose flour pancakes and taste just as good, if not better. Let's take a look at the recipe. So here in a bowl I have 1 cup of whole milk. You can use any kind of milk that you want. I've made this with soy milk as well as almond milk, so if you don't have regular milk you can use skim milk or other kinds of milk. To this I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of vinegar. This is a buttermilk substitute. You can certainly use buttermilk if you have buttermilk, but I usually don't, and so this is what I use to make the buttermilk substitute. I'm going to set that aside for now and then let the milk curdle. Meanwhile, I'm going to mix my dry ingredients. Here in a bowl I have 1 cup of whole wheat flour. You may know that as atta flour. To that I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of wheat germ because I want to sneak in as much nutrients as I can. If you don't have wheat germs, just skip that. And then I'm going to add half a teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. I'm also going to add a dash of cinnamon powder. You can skip this, I just like the flavor of cinnamon powder. And then lastly, for the sweetener, I want to add about half a tablespoon of granulated white sugar. Now if you like less sugar and you like to add a lot of maple syrup, you can reduce the quantity for that, or if you want more sugar, like things sweeter, you can increase that quantity. So we're just going to mix everything together, and that's pretty much it for our dry ingredients. So let's move on to our wet ingredients. Now back to our wet ingredients. As you can see, our milk and vinegar mixture has curdled a little bit. So to this we're going to add egg replacer for 1 large egg. I generally use the Ener-G brand of egg replacer. You can get this at Whole Foods or Amazon. And it calls for 1.5 teaspoon of the egg replacer powder mixed with 2 tablespoons of warm water. So I'm just going to mix that. If you don't have this egg replacer powder, you could also make this with 2 tablespoons of flaxseed powder mixed with 3 tablespoons of warm water. That also acts like a binding agent. But I've found that for this pancake recipe, the egg replacer works best. So I would recommend this if you don't eat eggs, to invest in the egg replacer. So we're just going to mix the egg replacer into our milk, and then to this we're going to add 2 tablespoons of melted butter. And I like to add about a teaspoon of vanilla extract. If you don't like the flavor of vanilla extract, or if you don't have it, you can skip that. So I'm just going to add about a teaspoon of the vanilla extract mixture. Finally, I'm going to add 1/4 of a cup of water. If you like your batter to be thick, you can skip the water. And we're going to mix everything together and pour in our wet ingredients into our dry. Give it a good mix. Just mix until the dry ingredients are well incorporated with the wet ingredients. This might mean that your batter will have some lumps in it, and that's fine. If you don't have any lumps and you have a completely smooth batter, that probably means that you've overmixed this batter. So that looks good enough. So now we go on to actually making our pancakes. So here I have a cast iron pan that's going on low heat, and it's heated up quite a bit. You want to make sure before you add the batter that the pan is quite hot. If you don't have a cast iron pan, you have a non-stick pan, you can use that as well. I'm just going to spray it very lightly with a cooking spray. If you have a non-stick pan, you could probably skip the cooking spray and it'll work just fine. And I'm going to add about half a cup of the batter to the pan. As you can probably hear, The pan is heated quite a bit, so that's what you want. You don't want to put the batter in a cold pan. So I'm going to give it about a minute on that side before flipping it over. So as you can see, things are bubbling up a little bit. And if I put the spatula under the pancake, I can get through to all sides without the pancake splitting. So this looks like it's pretty done. If you want to be doubly sure, you can just flip the pancake over slightly to see if the other side is golden brown. In this case, it is golden brown here. So I'm just gonna flip this over. And I'll give it a minute or two on the other side as well. So I'm gonna continue making pancakes with the rest of the batter. This batter makes about 6 or 7 pancakes. So there we have our very easy whole wheat pancake recipe. I hope you give this recipe a try. I guarantee you will not be disappointed. If you like this recipe, please give it a thumbs up. I'd love to hear your version of how it turned out in the comments section below. And if you like more recipes like this, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.